Hi, everybody. It's Leanne here. Just doing a check-in, seeing how you guys are doing out there. Those of you who are needing a little energetic check-in, I'm just going to kind of hang out right now. I'm not going to do any readings or anything like that today. Hi, Stephanie. Unless somebody needs something specific, I was just going to show you what I'm up to and just chat about what energies I'm feeling. I'm taking this opportunity to, hello, Melissa, to not do any like product on my face and not have, doing anything extra to myself. So this is me au natural, which is, just good probably for all of us to just get, I know most of you in my community are pretty au natural anyway. But I mean, just a break to like, find ourselves in this time, figure out who we are during this time and our paradigms. I don't know if you've been listening to me at all, you've been hearing me say that the guides are saying, stay in your paradigm. What that means is that they want you to stay in your reality, your truth. We can step out of our truth pretty quickly in times like these, turning on the news, that kind of stuff. But if you go out in your own backyard or you go for a drive on the street, your paradigm might be just that there's less people out right now or whatever. So, I just recommend that you guys do your best to keep finding yourself in this time. And, I want to hear how you guys are doing. I mean, I see you guys logging in, so feel free to put in the comments how you're doing. I'm going to share with you a couple of things. I had shipped to my home some stuff from the Muse people. Mainly because people were asking me about this, including my child who was like, Mom, what's that? Hi, Francis. And so these are, well, let me read you the little note. If you guys know Marilyn and Thomas, that's where I get most of my stone stuff. So I had them shipped to my home. They're immune support pendants. Okay. So it says, Happy Spring, Leanne. Is it in sight there yet? We have especially blessed these vibrational jewelry pendants, which, by the way, were not conceived by me and Thomas. They were gifted to us directly by stone beings. So all who come in contact them will feel lighter, happier, safer, healthier. And so it is. Thanks for sharing it all. So I got them because it was my intention to either figure out if any of you want them, how to ship them to you, or I can even deliver them. I mean, I have a 15-year-old. And he could practice driving. So, that's an option. Anyways, I only have 4 of them, but they are up on the Insightful Inspiration store if you are so interested. And I will only open this one. I won't open the rest of them. I'll leave them in the box and not touch them. Glad, Stephanie, you're doing better. Gina, glad you're feeling good. Here in my world, we've got the teenage boys all trying to adjust to be in close quarters and under the rule of mom and dad, and when they're used to a lot more freedom. But, it's going. Hi, Monica. So I actually did my CASA volunteer job on the phone today. And what saved my life was I have like a little trivia thing, and I just did trivia with him on the phone. He's not a big talker. So that was an interesting day in my world. Yes, Katie, I will hold one for you. I have your spray too, your Archangel Chamuel spray at my house. The other thing that while I was, I am doing, okay, good, Melissa. The other thing that happened to me while I was out making deliveries was a friend of mine, Melissa, gave me a tarot deck. So I'm literally, don't have any of these to sell because this is new to me. I'm literally going to unbox it while I'm with you guys just for fun. Why not, right? Hi, Shmile. I see you guys. I'm so happy to have a moment with you guys. I did an interesting meditation yesterday with a group it was offered over Zoom. And they were recommending that we go up into our 60th chakra, which is like literally at the beginning of creation space, and do some protections. So I did that yesterday. It was pretty cool. If they put out a replay, I'll put it on the tribes and things like that so you guys can get it. But it was interesting, their take on what's going on as far as all this, like kind of the fear versus love battle. We're just trying to get ourselves staying in our, love bubbles. So I hope you guys are all staying in your love bubbles. Oh, Okay, so what you can't see on screen is me picking away at plastic, trying to get an edge here so I could start showing you this deck. It's pretty cool so far, I mean, from what I can see. Okay, so I don't know how much you guys have been, Colette Baird-Reed has been like promoting like crazy her Oracle 101 class. I don't know if it's still free. I saw that she was, put it out for free for a little bit, but if you guys are so interested in like, now's the time to learn a new skill or a time to learn to have, had a little bit of downtime to just even spend time on stuff you want to dive deeper in, right? So, Stephanie says that they did just put up the replay on Kara Goss's Facebook page. She was really sweet. I don't know her personally, but her energy is very sweet. Anyways, yes. So, Katie, yeah, I think the overall collective energy. I know you've had some other things happening for you, so hang in there. Okay, so Stephanie, thanks for sharing. If you have the link, you feel free to share. Okay, so I'm going to just, because I'm not, so with the Oracle decks, you guys, when you get a new one, it's actually really best to like smudge it or spray it, or, do something to kind of elevate the energy. And I totally spaced that part when I opened this up. So let me go get a spray. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to use my home Archangel Chamuel. Okay, so just if you're using a new deck, some people do each card individually. I don't really find that that's necessary, as I spray myself right in the face. I find that it's actually quite effective just to start putting your energy into it by shuffling, by charging it, by doing whatever kind of version of shuffling. So let's just, for fun, not claiming to know this deck very well yet, literally just open it, but let's do some cards just to see what's up. I'm going to do my normal live tomorrow where I'll do card readings for everybody who says me, please. But just today, let's just do a check-in, see what the guides want us to know. So let's start with what has brought us here. So a past card, like what has brought us to this point. Okay. Ooh, first card is Death, upside down. Okay. So let me see if I can. Okay. So what I'm hearing from the guides when I'm reading this with this card is that what's brought us here is like, we haven't been working with the natural cycles. We haven't allowed things to cycle through, cleanse themselves properly, that kind of thing. So it's really kind of about doing that right now. There's also, we've outgrown a lot of things, like the behaviors that we kind of created way back. They're not working anymore, and we haven't updated them because we keep trying to do the status quo. That in particular, I think, applies to systems and things like that. So, I mean, obviously everything's on pause, everything's crazy and unnatural, and like mostly just the systems are on pause. The things that we have functioned with that are kind of like theoretical or just the rules, right? So anyways, a few more joiners. Hi guys. Yeah, and so let's see what let's see. For those of us, if you're watching me, I mean, it's likely you guys have been working on yourselves for a long time, that this isn't like you're just waking up to the fact that there's energy healing possible and that there's subtle energy fields and that there's, new paradigms that can be had. So, hi, I feel like we probably who are all watching this know this information, right? But we're going to come into encounter with like a lot of maybe things that have been hidden or been ignored that are kind of more of like our shadow collective, like poverty and that kind of thing. So, we like to try and pretend like we're above this happening to us. As our noble leader said at the beginning of this, like, we're the best, we're going to be the best at this. Well, we are being the best at this in a different way than maybe he intended. All right, let's see. So let's see what the wisdom card says. Okay, interesting. Okay, so this is commencement, Four worlds. All right. So just for fun, because this is a new deck, why not let's read what commencement says. If I can figure out even how to use the book. Let's see. So one of the things when you're doing an oracle card reading, by the way, is the way that you are asking the questions, or the way you intend, to be working with things. So if I'm shuffling with the intention of doing this for all of us, then that's how the map of consciousness kind of works, with having the reading and the cards and everything be for all of us. Okay. All right. I do not know if I could, it's a little bit, this book is a little, let's see, personality, family cards. I don't know. I'm going to have to learn this, you guys. Sometimes let me just listen to the guides about it and maybe not look it up right now, because it's not so easy, since you're all watching me struggle. All right, let me just listen to the card. Okay. Okay. So there's a lot happening in this card, and it's kind of like certain pace and certain behaviors and certain cycles. So the commencement is the four worlds. It's like we're being called back to recognize we're part of all of this, right? We can't just be in our little industrial shelters and our houses and driving our cars and not remember that we are part of the natural kingdom. And we're also part of the cosmos, and we're part of the elements. We're part of all of it, right? So that's kind of what this card is saying to me right now. It's like this, you can kind of see there's a lot going on this card, but it's saying to me that a remembrance, a coming back to ourselves, a understanding or a recalibration. Yeah. Okay. So here, the next card that wants to come out has to do with mindset. Okay. So what your mindset is, our thoughts are very powerful. You guys know this, right? I mean, our thoughts are very powerful creating spaces. And so when we are creating from a place of like a flat line, just there's nothing makes sense. Nothing is the same. Even if I try to make it the same, it's not. Then I can kind of see that there's an opportunity to kind of have a different mindset, or that the automatic mindset is on pause. So let's see what they want to say about mindset through these cards. All right. So we got the Tower card, but it was upside down. Okay. Okay. So our mindset about power, or feeling powerless or powerful. Nice to see you guys too. The power of structures, right? In fact, okay, the guides are talking to me about like feeling, a lot of us might have been feeling like less than if we weren't a certain way, or didn't know a certain thing, or hadn't achieved a certain space. And this Tower card is kind of indicating that those kind of societal structures or rules are shifting. It's a leveling the playing field a little bit. I mean, if you think of, if we talk about the virus, which I don't talk to very much, just because I don't want to we already talking about it like on every channel, right? But if we talk about the virus has its own schedule, and there's no guarantee that you aren't going to get it, no matter how rich or poor you are. Now, there's obviously some socioeconomic things that are going on that are coming to light that have to do with just the lack of care in general. But the virus itself doesn't have any kind of honing device for a particular group or another, right? So the Tower card is kind of saying, like, what I'm hearing from the guides is that it's speaking to the rules of structure and hierarchy and power, and taking some of that back, and recognizing that we are the power. We have it. It's not outside of us, even if we've been externalizing it through things like money and that kind of stuff. Yeah. And I did, kind of get a sense that there's some interference, I guess. When I was doing the Light Council channeling before we went kind of on lockdown in Colorado, I was still in the office. It was a couple weeks ago, and maybe even a month now. And I mean, it was one of the live ones, so it had to be a month now. There was some significant interference happening while they were trying to bring in the light. It's so much so that a lamp got thrown, and there was stuff that was going on, and I was kind of like, okay, is this all right? And the light council said, yes, the interference means that we're being successful, and this is just a loud kind of static. So our mindset, if we could stick it back to being powerful in our own right, having the strength inside ourselves that we give, then we can make it through here. Okay, so let's do an outcome card. I'm a little nervous about doing an outcome card because I have no idea what it's going to say. And like I said, I'm just getting these decks. Okay. So I got two they threw out. Okay, so the first one is Lovers. Okay, and the second one is the Hierophant. Okay, so these are significant. All of these cards, except for I'm not sure about this Four Worlds card, how that falls into the row. But the rest of these are major arcana cards, which means major things are happening. Of course, we already know that. But let's see. The coming back together, love. Oh, yes. The guides are talking about love and childhood innocence too. I mean, like playful love, like the love of, for those of you who's had little ones in your lives at any point in time, they will look at you and they just love you just because of who you are. They don't even, it's like, they just will love you. Okay. So, but the Hierophant, this is interesting. I'm really getting ancient wisdoms and understanding that we kind of maybe at least in this Western world, we got a little heady about how we thought things were going in the world, and we had to understand things and keep things structured and that kind of stuff. And many of us have been, trying to stay in touch with that energetic realm, the subtle fields, but we've been just doing our thing, right? Just go, 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 go. So, okay, let me put, I'm going to put out to the comments out there to you guys who are friends of mine, not trolls. How is there something else you guys want to know about? Do you want to throw a card for? Now, I'm not going to do a personal card throwing today because, like you can see, I'm just having to listen to the guides. I don't really know this deck as well. So, is there something you guys really want to know about? Is there something that you, have on your mind, or feel like, even if you have a message to share, you can put it in the comments. I can put it up on the screen. How are you guys doing with this shift? Then are you guys in a beautiful space with it? Are you guys able to stay in a space of, this is going to be great, this is going to be amazing, and it's curious? Or are you in fear? I mean, either way, no judgment on my part. I mean, of course, you're going to know I'm going to say, let's be in love, not fear. But we're all riding a roller coaster. There's no judgment about what your feelings are. You guys are all you're kind of quiet. I know you're out there. Okay. Well, let's just take a minute then. Okay. I feel like, okay. Well, I'm going to put this up. Okay, Monica, thank you for commenting. Okay. I feel like the earth will heal. Our activities have been so destructive. That's what I agree with you. And I think that's what even the cards were saying, is like, we have this, this sense of, I don't know. I mean, even like the pollution going down, like how much we can heal. Our lungs can breathe and heal because we have clean air to breathe, and we're not, and we're not going go, go, go. We have to actually think through what we're doing. So, okay, Stephanie, okay, this is a tricky question, because if I answer this question with the information I'm getting, it might send some of you into fear. So, no sending you into fear. And I've never claimed to be a prophet or a predictor. Okay. So even if I'm doing my oracle cards for the week, it's simply an imprint that is already there, that's coming, that I'm just picking up on. Okay. So I have been getting, which is why I closed the healing studio a while ago. I mean, right when they were telling us to. And a lot of people fought that. A lot of people didn't close. A lot of people didn't do what the governor requested right away because they thought it was an overreaction. I even saw governments kind of fighting that. But the minute that this started happening, I knew that we were going to be in for a long haul, because I've been getting messages since probably September that I didn't really understand. Well, actually more like August, about preparing for, a big illness season. Making sure get everybody ready for that, all my kids and my family. I just thought they meant bad flu season or whatever. I didn't actually understand completely. But once this started happening, the guides were like, okay, this is not a short-term deal. This is forever going to change us. It's forever going to be in our DNA. And, if you think about how, I can read I can read a famine in a potato famine in your chakras that your family went through, that then still affect how you function. That's what's happening right now. We're getting shifted like this. Okay. And my cat is crying her head off to get out of the room. So wait one second. The work from home world, Okay. So anyway, how long we'll be in solitude, plan for a bit longer than you'd like. Okay. And for the impact of this solitude and the impact of all this, longer than you would like. We're not going back to the same world. It's over. That world is closed. And quite frankly, we are going to start thinking about things differently, and not in a fearful way, in a very community-centered way. Okay. So I'm not going to give you specific dates, Stephanie, but plan for it to be longer than you'd like, longer than maybe you've been told. Okay. So Gina, thanks for admitting that you get a wave of fear once in a while. I have totally been there. I've found, I think I posted this on Facebook because my type A personality is like, oh, okay, there's something else to do. We got to be productive. Maybe we'll clean out closets. Oh my gosh, who stuffed this there? So you should see me as far as like my waves, my roller coasters. We're all there. And I think we all are at different stages, kind of like the world with the pandemic. So, giving yourself able to kind of just be where you're at, not have to be somewhere you're not, Katie sharing that you're a little fear, but able to return to love quickly. That's awesome. And I think, if we have a moment to acknowledge like our connection, you guys, I'm on Facebook Live here, makeupless, with distractions going on at home on a Saturday, because I love you guys and I want you guys to be okay. And I want you to feel connected to that fact that there's so much more happening here than shutdowns and illness and that kind of stuff. So I'm showing up here for you guys because I want you to feel as though you are supported by all the etheric helpers that I know are there for you, because that's who I'm talking to. I'm not your healer. You are your healer. And those etheric beings are showing up, and they are helping us kind of navigate this time and we just have to ask. And remember, we are governed by the law of free will. So we can be influenced by the negative stuff too, the negative stuff that asks us to pay attention to it. The negative stuff that says pay attention to fear, the negative stuff that says pay attention. Those are hijackers on this whole plane, and you get to choice. You get to choose how you want to think, you get to choose how you're going to feel, and you're going to choose how you're going to project into the going forward. Okay? So I hope that makes sense for you guys. I don't see a lot more chatter. I'll give you guys a minute more while you have a minute more to ask me questions or the guides questions or make a comment. Let's just take a moment to do a unity breathing time together. Get, just connecting to your heart. And our heart and mind have been disconnected. That's been part of the problem for a lot of us. Our mind says we have to, we should, we must. And our heart says, but I want to cuddle my cat, or I want to stay home with my kids, or I want to garden today. I don't want to have to go to work, that kind of thing. All right, so give yourself a moment, just a head-heart connection. Remind the heart that it is just as loud and as powerful as the head. And you might even travel, if you don't have to be well versed in the chakras to go here with me, travel to that 8th chakra that is above your head, okay? It's kind of far up above your head. Not And see if you can get up to your soul blueprint, up to that space of the soul choice to be here during this time. Allowing yourself to be in awe of your soul's choice, to be experiencing and growing through and being a love holder and a light bringer during such a big shift. So if you can kind of, from that 8th chakra, look down at your life, look down at your body, look down at all the choices you've made to this point. They've all been preparing you for right now. So let yourself just feel into that sense of that I have everything I need inside me, everything I need to move forward with love and light. Okay. And just give yourself the acknowledgement that you have an energy field arm's length around you in all directions that is protecting you, keeping you in your bubble of your paradigm of love, your paradigm of light. You can think of a nice, beautiful, protective color. Wrap it around yourself. Feel yourself protected by your etheric energies. Okay, you guys. So Melissa says she hasn't been in fear at all so far. That's awesome, Melissa. So I love you guys. I'm here for you tomorrow at noon. I'm going to be doing my regular weekly Oracle check-in, but from home. And Wednesday, I already had this scheduled before, the mini energy healing check-ins on Wednesdays. So there's so many resources out there, you guys, right now as far as free healing. So don't miss out. I mean, on my website, the meditations are free. I'm seeing, so many things. I'm trying to share them to my Facebook page as they're coming across, but there's so many. I love the healers are stepping up and doing this, time of, okay, here, do this. And, I'm even seeing free business stuff too, like business help with your website and stuff like that. So anyways, all right, you guys, be well. You got this. We are going to get through this together. All right. Take care.